There was a man who lived beside a great, silent mountain. His days were filled with the noise of his own discontent. He looked at the mountain, so vast and complete, and felt himself to be small, fractured, and terribly behind. He would say, "I am nothing but a whisper in the valley of giants." One autumn, a profound weariness settled upon him. The chase for recognition, the hunger for applause, had left him hollow. In this quiet desperation, he began to walk. Not to climb the peak, but simply to walk the old, forgotten path that skirted the mountain's base. On the first day, he saw a single oak leaf, the color of burnt gold, clinging to its branch. All its brothers had flown away on the wind. "Why do you stay?" he asked. The leaf did not answer, but simply held its place, turning slowly in the sun. It fell only when a gentle, destined breeze came, not a moment before. On the second day, he found a stream, choked with stones. He watched its water, not fighting the rocks, but simply flowing. It slipped around them, whispered over them, and in time, polished them smooth. It did not roar with triumph, it simply persisted, and in persisting, it shaped stone. On the third day, deep in a pine forest, he saw a sapling growing in the deep shade of an ancient tree. No direct sunlight ever touched it. Yet, it grew, not upward in a frantic rush, but slowly, its cells remembering the light its ancestors knew. It was weaving its patience into wood. The man sat down on a moss-covered stone, the quiet of the mountain entering him. He thought of the leaf, the stream, the sapling. He had always believed strength was in the thunderclap, in the reaching of the summit, in being seen. But here was a different truth. The leaf's strength was in its trust, to hold on until its own season to let go arrived. The stream's strength was in its yield, to move forward by adapting, not by force. The sapling's strength was in its memory, to grow from a truth held deep inside, even in the dark. He placed his hand on the earth. It was not silent, as he had thought. He could feel a deep, slow hum, the roots reaching, the stones settling, the mountain breathing in geological time. It was a symphony of becoming, played at a tempo too patient for human ears. He walked back to his home, but he was not the same man. He began to live differently. He did not seek a louder voice, but a deeper listening. He stopped measuring his growth by the day, and instead tended to the roots of his character, kindness, integrity, quiet craft. He faced difficulties not as walls to smash, but as waters to move through, shaping and being shaped. People wondered at the change in him. He had accomplished no great feat, won no awards. Yet, there was a light in his eyes, a calm in his presence that felt like a forest after rain. When asked his secret, he simply smiled and pointed to the mountain, which had always been complete, not because it scraped the sky, but because it was wholly itself, from peak to foundation. Years later, a young neighbor, frantic with ambition and self-doubt, came to him. "How do I become great?" the youth implored. The man looked at him with gentle eyes, and spoke softly. "Do not try to build the mountain. Be the valley instead. The valley does nothing but hold space, and in its humble depth, it gives the mountain its meaning. Your purpose is not to be the loudest note in the song, but the silent beat between the notes that gives the music its rhythm. Trust your season. Flow around your stones. Grow toward your inner light. The world will tell you to erupt like a volcano. But a soul is not made of fire and ash, it is made of slow-growing crystals and deep, underground springs. Your strength is not in what you take from the world, but in what you silently allow to grow within you." The young neighbor sat with him in the gathering dusk, watching the first stars appear over the great, silent mountain. And for the first time, he felt a calm awakening in his chest, not the spark of a fleeting ambition, but the slow, steady kindling of a lifelong peace. He had come seeking the recipe for a roar, and had been given, instead, the gift of the deep, quiet hum of the earth itself. And it was enough. It was more than enough.